watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at 5 this morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2. I'm meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a fairly quiet day yesterday compared to the day before, right?
Oh, yeah, even nicer weather is expected for today as well. The only thing, though, is the sidewalks, driveways, the sun caused the snow to melt a little bit, and we fell below freezing last night. So there could be some icy spots as you head out the door this morning on those untreated surfaces. So we do have a black ice alert, at least for now. This won't last long, though, as the temperatures will climb above freezing this morning and eventually into the 40s by this afternoon with some sunshine. It will be a very pleasant final day of November. Current temperature at Griffith Park in Rome, 29 degrees with those calm winds. And as Gary mentioned, quiet weather will be the main story for today and for most of tonight. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. All is quiet here locally. What we're tracking: say goodbye to the snow. As we head in the next several days, we are remaining above freezing for several days in a row. Of course, we have a pleasant final day of November, and rain showers do return coming into Friday afternoon. And so for today, decreasing clouds, highs in the low to mid 40s. A very pleasant day across central New York. We are tracking what to expect for today in detail. We're talking about Starlink satellites, when you can view them, the northern lights possibly, and of course we're tracking that rain showers for tomorrow. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. A big step.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. A look at your morning and evening commutecast for your Thursday. Final day of November, shaping up pretty nicely. We've got decreasing clouds this morning. Only real travel concern might be some patchy black ice on untreated surfaces. Most, if not all, of those regular roads, treated roads, should be fine. For your evening commute, of course, sunshine. We're above freezing, so no travel impacts are expected. So a few things to mention, at least not regarding weather, but way up in the sky. Starlink satellite viewing. Could be seeing it again tonight. 5:09 p.m. Should be dark enough, visible for 4 minutes. You'll see a string of lights like this in the sky as they pass through. Not too fast, but noticeable as they slowly streak through the sky. Appears from the western sky and disappears over in the east, and still a pretty good height above the horizon. Another thing, too, we're monitoring this right now. There is another solar storm approaching the Earth by tonight, and the southernmost extent of the viewing could be as far south as central New York. Now, it won't be very bright. When northern lights fall this south, usually they're faint, a very faint green glow, so usually you need cameras to kind of get that longer exposure. But we're going to follow this throughout the day today if any new updates develop with that solar storm. And of course, if skies do remain clear enough to view it. Gary?
Love that solar storm forecast. That is awesome. Eric, thanks. Well, he's being remembered as
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. This start of the day today is on the cool side in the 20s, upper 20s at Griffith Park in Rome. And as we head into this afternoon, quickly warming up into the low 40s. Let's take a live look outside. Our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. There's some snow accumulated still on those untreated surfaces, and also black ice that has melted on those untreated surfaces. So be careful if you are heading out this morning on those driveways, sidewalks, parking lots. Some could have a few icy spots here and there. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. All is quiet here locally in central New York. Now, with the warmer temperatures for today, if you haven't hung up your lights yet, or you have but missed a few, another great day to do it today. Highs reaching the low to mid 40s with sunshine peeking out by this afternoon. Another thing, too, with the snow we received very quickly over the past few days, as quickly as it came, it is going to melt. Take a look at these temperature trends as we head into the next several days. For today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into most of Monday, we don't really fall below freezing, and our highs are in the low 40s. So because of that, that snow will melt. On top of that, rain showers are likely to arrive on Friday, so those lower elevations should be snowless at the very latest by tomorrow evening. And so in our Skycast for today, starting out with some morning clouds, these should whisk away by the afternoon. You can see right here, temperatures quickly climbing up into the low to mid 40s with plentiful sunshine, a great final day of November. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, the weather should cooperate with cloud cover to catch a glimpse of that solar storm. Remember, it's very faint to see with the naked eye. We usually get those very vibrant colors like you do up near the Arctic Circle with solar storms. But regardless, if you have a sensitive camera that can take longer exposure, you could be able to see that the northern lights tonight. Well, we're gonna follow this because it is very tricky to forecast solar storms since the sun is 93 million miles away. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, you can see those lows falling near freezing, maybe below freezing in the higher elevations, but regardless, if we do have any more snow, that should be all but gone by Friday evening as widespread rain arrives. Could mix in with some wet snow up in the higher elevations in the North Country. And so for today, highs in the low to mid 40s, decreasing clouds, some sunshine by this evening, partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid 30s. Your 7-day forecast, mild weather is the main story. By the next several days, barely falling below freezing. And then as we head into the weekend, Saturday, cloudy, maybe a few light sprinkles. It's not looking to be a complete washout, but we're still uncertain about Sunday right now as more widespread rain arrives Sunday night. So again, great weather today to go out and hang those Christmas lights if you haven't done it yet, or if you forgot to hang some or put some decorations out.
Enjoy the sunshine while we have it. And take a look at this right here. This is snow in Turin from Tuesday. What a beautiful shot that is. And again, more than 30 inches of snow up there means that the ski resort could actually open this weekend, but it all depends on that rain, as Eric mentioned. Now, the general manager there says this is the first good early season lake effect snow they've seen in years. Workers are making sure that everything's ready for action, and we'll keep checking Snow Ridge's social media for confirmation of opening, but they again say weather permitting, they will open this weekend. The time right now is 5:24.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, what a sight in the skies tonight you were mentioning. Wow.
Yeah, possible solar storm. Could be seeing the northern lights.
Wow.
And the thing about northern lights is a bit tricky to forecast. You know, people always say with the weather it's difficult to forecast. With northern lights, with solar storms, even more difficult. But yeah, we're thinking about a solar storm this evening. Hopefully, weather cooperates with the clearing of the clouds. And but first, a look outside this morning with those chilly temperatures falling below freezing. Just a heads up. Ice developed on untreated surfaces. This will last throughout this morning, so sidewalks, driveways, parking lots could be a little icy. This is mainly just for this morning as we do warm up above freezing by this afternoon. Current temperature is 29 degrees, so a bit chilly out there this morning as well. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. Oh, it's quiet right now with some clouds still lingering, but those clouds should shift north and some sunshine should peak out by this afternoon. With those warmer temperatures, say goodbye to the snow as quickly as it came. It will come to an end with these warmer temperatures as well as rain showers arriving as we head into Friday. But before we get to those rain showers, let's enjoy this pleasant final day of November. And for today, those highs reaching the low to mid 40s. As Gary just mentioned, we're talking about the possible solar storm this evening, who could be seeing it, how to see it, as well as Starlink satellite viewing. Of course, your look at your full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The truce between Israel and Hamas.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back to News Channel 2 at sunrise. First, taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. Oh, it's quiet here in central New York, as again, that lake effect that we saw the past few days has shifted north. We're dealing with quiet weather and warmer temperatures moving in. And so because of that, say goodbye to that snow. Here's a look at what we can expect for your snowfall melting as we head into the next several days. You see those temperatures still below freezing right now, but it'll quickly change as the morning progresses into the mid-30s by the mid-morning and into the low 40s to mid-40s by this afternoon. So here's that snowman, although it might be hard to build a snowman with that snow. It was on the fluffier side, but you can see right here with these warmer temperatures, that snowman will continue to melt. And that will also mean warmer temperatures for the next several days. You can see right here, 42 for the high tomorrow, 43 for the high Saturday, and mid-40s to low 40s for Sunday and Monday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It must be Christmas time. The day.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The final day of November is shaping up on the chilly side this morning. However, we're warming up into the low to mid 40s by this afternoon. Here's a live look outside from our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. You can see quiet weather here, still some snow on the grassy surfaces. That hasn't melted yet. Those treated roads all are fine this morning. No impact expected to your travel for this morning or for this evening. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. As expected, all is quiet here locally, and no rainfall or snowfall is expected at least until the very earliest tomorrow afternoon. And so with this dry weather and warmer weather, another chance to hang up those Christmas lights today if you haven't done it yet, or if you missed out on putting some of those decorations out earlier, this is another great day to do it for today. Another thing to mention as well too, another viewing of these Starlink satellites. That'll be today around 5:09 p.m. Visible for 4 minutes. It'll look like this in the sky, a little train of very bright lights as they move right from the western sky to the eastern sky this evening. Another thing too to mention as well, we are tracking a solar flare that is pushing into the atmosphere tonight. And this could cause the possibility of seeing the northern lights. You can see right here, the southernmost extent could be this blue line right here. Visible in that light green. It might be hard to see with a naked eye. Usually we don't see very bright northern lights around here, but if you have a sensitive camera to take long exposure, you might look out and see some of those tonight. Now, looking at our Skycast forecasting for that event tonight as well, we're looking at clouds this morning. These will clear up by this afternoon as high temperatures reach the low to mid 40s. Plentiful sunshine by this evening. Still partly cloudy tonight with temperatures falling right around freezing. But still, we could be seeing warmer temperatures again by tomorrow as you start out tomorrow morning with partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds throughout the late morning, and then rain showers continuing to arrive by tomorrow afternoon, with possible wet snow mixing in some higher elevations in the North Country. Could produce maybe 1 to 2 inches, but that looks to form later on in the night as those temperatures continue to cool due to radiation or due to cooling from the rain showers cooling the atmosphere. After that, though, things do gradually dry out, maybe a few light sprinkles possible by Saturday. And so for today, highs in the low to mid 40s, decreasing clouds for tonight. Lows falling into the mid 30s with partly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, not really falling below freezing for the next several days. In fact, high temperatures peaking in the low to mid 40s. After that, though, rain showers return Sunday night and into parts of Monday.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
I'm Storm Tracker 2 and meteorologist Eric
And
Gage.
speaking of the College of St. Rose, you know who went there? Former meteorologist Reed Kisselback.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool thing. And he's out in Albany, I'm pretty sure, right? Yep.
Working at home.
Working at home. That's a great thing to be in. At least for me, I enjoy forecasting here because, I mean, it's been my home.
Yeah, your home.
I went to college at Oneonta and, of course, grew up here in central New York. Now, this morning, we are dealing with some patchy black ice. The snow melted yesterday and refroze over a lot of the areas. So if you do have untreated sidewalks, driveways, and parking lots, just a heads up, we have a black ice alert out. This is not for roads that are treated. Those roads are fine. But again, this lasts throughout this morning until those temperatures climb above freezing. And they will be expected to climb above freezing and then some into the low to mid 40s by this afternoon. Current conditions still 30 degrees at Griffiths and Rome with some calm winds. I know it's been a blustery past several days as well as a snowy past several days, but the main headlines are that the snow will not last long. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet. Say goodbye to the snow. As warmer temperatures arrive, sunshine peaks out and more rain arrives tomorrow. Most of that snow that we've seen on the ground should all disappear. And regardless, expect a pleasant final day of November before, again, those rain showers do return by tomorrow. And for today, highs in the low to mid 40s with some sunshine peeking out by this evening. Not only is the weather looking very nice today, we are talking about possibly seeing the northern lights, plus the Starlink satellites. Pretty active space weather in the forecast for tonight. Details on that and more coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A big step for Rome.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. We've got good news on your commute cast this morning for your morning and evening commute. Starting out with the morning, a little bit cool. Might have to look out for some icy spots, black ice in parking lots, driveways, sidewalks. But of course, those main roads are fine treated and entirely dry. By this evening, snow will continue to melt with sunshine. No travel impacts are expected. Now, to mention, we got two space weather events going on tonight. First one is a little more closer to Earth. We do have a Starlink satellite viewing between a little after 5:09 p.m., visible for about 4 minutes, coming from the western sky, disappears in the eastern sky. It'll look like this, a train of just some bright lights in a line moving across the sky from those Starlink satellites. Another thing we're monitoring too, this is a bit harder to forecast, the northern lights. You have a solar storm approaching the North Pole by tonight. And the southernmost extent of the northern lights could reach as far south as central New York, with even on the horizon with that blue line right there. It might be hard to see because with the solar, the northern lights here locally, the lights are very faint. So if you want to see them very more clear, maybe grab a camera with a longer exposure to get a good shot of it. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, he's being remembered as a powerhouse.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Thursday and happy final day of November. Before we begin, we had some questions come in about all these buses here on the front. These are also from the Stuff the Studio thing, and yes, they are real buses. You can pick them up right here, and they also scoot around a little bit too as well. Now to weather, we're looking at quiet conditions. Here's a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Looking at mostly cloudy skies this morning, these clouds will gradually diminish by the late morning to early afternoon, and warmer temperatures will continue to move in as well. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. No snow or rain showers currently detected, and of course will remain dry for this afternoon into tonight and to the early part of tomorrow. Checking in with our sky watchers this morning, a bit on the cool side in the Mohawk Valley. New Hartford, Clinton already right below freezing, 31 New Hartford, 30 degrees Clinton. Westdale, 27 degrees. Forestport, a little cooler, 20 degrees as well. In the North Country, Old Forest, 21, 25 degrees up in Inlet. And lastly, checking in Otsego County, 27 with Stewart and Cooperstown, 25 in Lawrence, 19 degrees in Hartwick. Scott and Evanston with 22 degrees. We do warm up today into the low to mid 40s with sunshine. So if you haven't put up the Christmas lights yet, it would be a great time to do that today. Along with that too, in case you also put them up already, but are missing a few decorations, still a great time for that. Looking at our skycast for today, still dealing with lingering clouds this morning. Those clouds should diminish by this afternoon as highs approach the low to mid 40s. Overall, a pretty pleasant late November day, early December day, I should say, because again, we are wrapping up the month of November. Heading into tonight, looking at partly cloudy skies, overnight lows falling into the mid 30s. We could fall below freezing again, although it is not likely right now. And then by tomorrow morning, starting out with partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds by tomorrow afternoon, and then here comes the rain showers. You can see right there. And then heading into the North Country by the evening, it could cool down enough for some wet snow to form, maybe 1 to 2 inches of accumulation, but with that rain starting out, it might be hard for the snow to stick. After that, though, things continue to dry out tomorrow night, and then by Saturday, maybe a few light sprinkles here and there, but otherwise mostly cloudy skies, mild conditions in the low 40s. And so for today, highs in the upper 30s by around noontime, into the low to mid 40s by the afternoon. And for tonight, lows falling into the mid 30s with partly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, the main thing we're looking at right now, mild weather. So if you are liking the snow on the ground, liking the winter wonderland you're seeing out your door, it's not going to last long, especially for today. That warm-up happening, and then with Friday with those rain showers, lawns, especially in lower elevations, should be snow-free by Friday night.
We'll see the green again.
Yep.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:23, and take a look at this right here. This is snow in Turin on Tuesday. Had a gorgeous shot. More than 30 inches of snow over the 2 days means the ski resort could open this weekend, but again, that is all weather dependent. As you just heard Eric mention, the rain may be moving in. Now, the general manager there says this is the first good early season lake effect snow they've seen in years, and workers are making sure everything's ready for action, and we'll keep checking Snow Ridge's social media for confirmation of opening. But again, they say weather permitting, they hope to open this weekend. And be sure to like.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And all those snow lovers out there, we're so excited for a couple of days, and now some rain may be moving in.
Yep, that's right. And along with the sunshine today, the rain tomorrow, that snow that we're seeing on the ground right now will be all gone by...
Here locally, at least.
Yeah, here locally. Maybe we'll stick around a little longer up in the North Country, Old Forge area, but yeah, snow should be coming to an end. But let's enjoy the warmer temperatures today. But first, we got to get through some chilly temperatures. Ice developed on untreated surfaces this morning as snow did melt in lower elevations last night. This will last into the early morning hours before things do warm up above freezing. You can see right now still below freezing at Griffiths and Rome. Temperature is 30 degrees. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. All is quiet here in central New York this morning. Again, say goodbye to that snow with those warmer temperatures are on the horizon, including today. That snow will melt fairly quickly. But of course, let's enjoy the pleasant final day of November as we head into first day of December. Rain showers are expected to arrive in the afternoon. Rain again does arrive Friday and maybe into parts of the weekend. Not looking to be a washout just yet. But still, we're tracking rain showers by late Sunday. Now, for today, though, again, quiet weather, some sunshine, temperatures in the mid-40s. We are tracking, again, those rain showers tomorrow, plus the potential to see the northern lights tonight. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than...
The Cooperstown Camp is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Good Thursday morning. Happy final day of November. And things are quiet here locally on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. No rain or snowfall is expected, at least for today and into tonight. However, those temperatures will be changing. Now, currently, we are still below freezing, hovering right around 32 degrees in the Mohawk Valley and Oneida County. Lowest elevations, 28 degrees Little Falls, 26 up in Inlet, 27 Richfield Springs and in Cooperstown, and 24 degrees finally over in Earlville. With these warmer temperatures expected to arrive by the next several days, say goodbye to the snow. It will continue to melt, and we're not expected to see any snowfall on the ground, at least in the lower elevations, by the latest Friday evening. So enjoy the snow this morning, again, as we do continue to warm above freezing. You can see right here the warming trend already going to be in the low to mid 40s for the next 4 days between Friday into Saturday and into the start and end of the weekend. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It must be Christmas time. The dance.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Temperatures this morning are still below freezing right now. So because of that, be careful of some icy spots from melted snow. Here's a live look in Cooperstown. Still the roads are clear, however, and there is still snow accumulated on those grassy surfaces. As we head into the next day or so, because of these warmer temperatures, that snow will melt. So if you're a fan of the snow, it is not going to last too long. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. Right now, looking at quiet conditions all across central New York, and we're expected to remain quiet for all the day today. So enjoy the quiet weather and sunshine expected by this evening. Sky watchers checking in across central New York. First, Mike in New Hartford, 31 degrees. Bob in Clinton, 30 degrees. Kathy, Verona Beach, 32. Todd in Westdale, 27 degrees, 20 degrees up in Forestport. In the North Country, Bill and Old Forge, 21. Shawn Inlet, 25 degrees. In the Southern Valleys, Devon Hartwick, 19 degrees, the chilliest. 27, even warmer, up in Cooperstown with Stewart. And then finally, 22 degrees over in Edmiston. Now looking ahead towards tonight, there is a chance to see the Starlink satellite train for 4 or 5 minutes right around 5:09 p.m. It looked like this, a streak of a few bright lights moving across the sky on a decent speed, and it appears in the western sky and disappears in the eastern sky. Another thing we're tracking for tonight too in the sky, possible sight of the northern lights. You can see right here the southernmost extent of this solar storm could reach as far south as central New York, visible on the horizon right here in that light blue area. Now, it won't be very easy to see. We are tracking some clearing in the skies regarding cloud cover, but it will be faint. So you might see a slight green tint in the sky, but if you use a higher sensitivity camera that has a longer exposure, you could see a little more. And so looking at our weather conditions for today, starting out with our Skycast, warming up into the mid-30s by around noontime, low to mid-40s by this afternoon, with plentiful sunshine by this evening. A very pleasant late November day. Overnight lows falling into the low to mid-30s, maybe below freezing, although it would be unlikely for that. And then on ending into Friday morning, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds, and then widespread rain arrives. And then with the exception of the North Country, where lows could fall below freezing, and you could see a wintry mix turn over to wet snow by early Friday evening. Maybe 1 to 2 inches of accumulation up there, but for us central New York, only seeing rain. And so for today, highs in the upper 30s, low 40s, into the mid-40s by this afternoon. Decreasing clouds tonight, lows falling into the mid-30s. Your 7-day forecast. Again, those of you who love the snow, those of you who love the wintry wonderland, it is not lasting too long. We're taking a look at those 7-day temperatures, and we're back up into the low to mid-40s for highs for today. Into Friday, that rain should put an end to that as well. And those mild conditions, not looking to really definitively fall below freezing across all of central New York until Monday.
Wow, so another warm stretch here.
Yep, a little warm stretch.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:54. Well, there's about to be a...
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW 11 with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW 11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
With a warm-up on our hands, right?
Yeah, that's right. We got temperatures today climbing into the low to mid-40s. We got some sunshine, looking to be a very pleasant final day in November. You can't believe it. It's already December tomorrow.
Yeah, and some sunshine, though. That's good news.
Oh, yeah, plenty of sunshine. First, though, with the overnight lows falling below freezing and melting snow last night, Be careful some icy spots on untreated surfaces, especially sidewalks, driveways, parking lots. Main roads, of course, are fine. They are treated. But again, just a heads up in case you're walking into your building for work, you're walking out of your house, and maybe you don't notice black ice forming on some surfaces. Current temperature, 30 degrees in Griffiths Park in Rome, with a light breeze from the east-northeast. Temperatures starting out on the cool side again this morning, but we do warm up very quickly. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. All is quiet here locally right now. Say goodbye to the snow. That's the main story. We got snow showers we saw over the past few days. That snow that has accumulated should be melting by today, and the very latest by tomorrow as rain does return. And so for today, highs in the low to mid 40s, pleasant conditions with some sunshine by this evening, decreasing clouds. Again, we're talking about what to expect for the conditions for today, those rain showers tomorrow, and also the chance to see the northern lights for tonight. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A big step for Rome.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy final day of November. As we head into this afternoon, temperatures warming up into the low to mid 40s. A pretty pleasant day with some sunshine. Actually, some of that sun's starting to peek out right now. Taking a live view of downtown Cooperstown on an Axis camera. A beautiful shot right there of the sunrise, and temperatures, although starting out on the cool side below freezing. Watch out for icy spots on untreated surfaces. Warming up very quickly into the 40s by this afternoon. Quiet weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. And those morning temperatures, again, still below freezing for almost all of central New York. Bob in Clinton, 30 degrees. Mike in New Hartford, 31 degrees. Kevin up in Forestport, 20. Kathy, Verona Beach, 32 degrees. Todd in Westdale with 27. In the North Country, 21 with Bill in Old Forge. Sean Inlet, 25 degrees. 31 down in Mohawk. And in the Southern Valleys, 19 degrees. Deb in Hartwick. West Lawrence, 25 degrees. Tom in Lawrence with 25 degrees and 22 degrees over in Edmiston. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, we are talking about active space weather. Not looking at like meteor showers or anything like that, but more so talking about Starlink satellites moving across the sky. You can see it tonight at 5:09 p.m. for 4 minutes, starting in the western sky, disappears in the eastern sky. Another thing too, we have a solar storm we're tracking from space weather that could cause the viewing of some northern lights here locally as far south as central New York. However, it will be on the fainter side, so although skies should clear out enough to see them, it might be faint, a light green hue. You might need a stronger camera with a longer exposure to view anything major with these lights. We'll keep following that as it develops. But regardless, expect the quiet conditions for today, starting out with temperatures in the low 30s into the low to mid 40s by this afternoon with pleasant conditions, sunshine across the board. Snow expected to melt. Anything we did see in the Mohawk Valley from the leak effect event over the past few days should be over and done with. Heading in tonight, looking at partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows falling into the mid 30s, maybe around freezing, very close, however. And then by tomorrow morning, temperatures starting out in the low to mid 30s with partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds, and then widespread rain arrives by the afternoon. Then, as the evening progresses, North Country could see those rain showers turn over to some snow. As the lows continue to fall, could see maybe 1 to 2 inches of wet snow on top of that. But regardless, by Saturday afternoon, things do quiet down with maybe a few light sprinkles, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. And so for today, highs in the upper 30s by around noontime into the low to mid 40s by this afternoon. Decreasing clouds, some sunshine tonight. Lows falling into the mid 30s. Your 7-day forecast. Mild weather continues as you head to the next several days. Rain showers arrive on Friday and maybe a few light sprinkles on Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies. Say goodbye to the snow that accumulated on the ground as conditions will not be favorable to see that at least for the next several days. Lows only falling above freezing.
Watching News Channel 2 at noon with Gary Liberator.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. After a brief bout with winter conditions this week, things have greatly improved. Today, sunshine across central New York, temperatures slowly rising. Meteorologist Eric Gage is tracking this warm trend. Eric, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yeah, warmer temperatures and sunshine. Welcome quiet weather to wrap up the month of November. Here's a live look atop Hartwick College, looking at the City of the Hills in Oneonta. You can see, again, gorgeous blue skies. Those temperatures still on the cool side right now, but will continue to warm up throughout the afternoon. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Nothing is being tracked on the radar right now. Temperature measured at Rome, 38 degrees, 37 a little cooler down in Hamilton in Madison County. Warmer temperatures out in Buffalo, though, 45 degrees, and that temperature change compared to yesterday, 10 degrees compared to 24 hours ago. Even higher, 20 and 18 degrees as you head to western New York. So warmer temperatures are here, and they're going to stick around for a little bit before a cool down is expected by next week. But for today, though, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the more mild temperatures. As we head into tomorrow, we're talking about rain showers and then mild, but maybe a rainy weekend. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The truce between
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We are looking at plenty of sunshine across central New York, Mohawk Valley, North Country, and southern valleys. And with these warmer temperatures, this snow is continuing to melt. Taking a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera, notice that strip of snow that was there this morning right over here has now since melted. Sidewalks starting to dry up, and the snow is continuing to melt as well. And with the warmer temperatures still continuing for today and remaining above freezing into Friday and the weekend, of course, the snowpack is going to decrease. Current temperature, 38 degrees at Griffith and Roma, slight wind from the southeast, so it feels a little bit right around freezing at 33 degrees, but still, the sunshine is making it feel a little warmer out. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. Oh, it's quiet here locally in central New York, and those temperatures locally from our sky watchers. Clinton, 39 degrees, heading into the Herkimer County area, Mohawk Valley, Mohawk 45, Ilion 42 degrees, and West Exeter with 35 degrees as well. And again, with these warmer temperatures arriving for today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that means that snowpack we've gotten, especially in the lower elevation, should all be gone by the very latest Friday as widespread rain arrives. And with the quiet conditions today, also should be a good idea to go out and hang some of those Christmas lights if you haven't done it just yet. Or if you've done them already and you're missing one or two decorations that you forgot to put out just yet, again, fantastic weather to do that today with no rain or snow expected. So as you can see in our Skycast, as around noontime, plentiful sunshine across central New York. Temperatures peaking up into the mid-40s for highs today. Heading into this evening, still quiet weather for your evening commute. No issues to travel expected. Tonight, clearing should hold up for a possible viewing of the Starlink satellites as well as the northern lights. We are tracking the potential for that to form over the area. It will be faint. It might be hard to see with a naked eye, but if you have specialty cameras and if the things line up perfectly, you could catch a glimpse of the northern lights. Heading into tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies, lows falling right around freezing. I would still say we're above freezing for a lot of the area. Regardless, widespread rain arrives tomorrow afternoon. And in the North Country, a different story. It starts out as rain, and as temperatures cool, it could turn over to wet snow, maybe 1 or 2 inches of accumulation up in the higher elevations up near Old Forge. But for the rest of central New York, we're just dealing with rain showers at this point. So for today, highs in the mid-40s with some sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows falling in the mid-30s. Your 7-day forecast. Rain showers Friday, widespread, highs in the low to mid-40s. Mostly cloudy Saturday, not a complete washout. More rain arrives Sunday night, maybe turning to a wintry mix on Monday. Things dry out Tuesday and Wednesday, but cool down back into the 30s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Fresh off a very busy holiday. The weather in this half hour. Once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
Talking about some active skies to look up in the evening hours tonight. One of which Starlink satellites could be flying by this evening around 5:09 p.m. Visible for about 4 minutes. It'll look like that in the sky, just a train of bright lights, all in a pattern like that. And appears in the west sky, disappears in the east sky. The main show, however, might be this, Northern Lights. The past several times the aurora has gotten this far south, we haven't really looked out with cloud cover. We might look out tonight enough to see it, although it will be on the faint side. As you with the auroras this far south, usually they have a faint green glow in the sky. You can see them a lot more clear if you have cameras that take longer exposure. But again, there is a chance to see the aurora tonight. The best time of that looks to be into the late evening, 9 to 1 a.m. Now, quiet weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And for today, again, plentiful sunshine. Temperatures climbing already in the low 40s, into the mid 40s by this afternoon. Again, we're talking about quiet weather tonight, a change over to rain showers tomorrow. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The president and CEO.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. It's turning out to be a very pleasant Thursday and end to the month of November. December starts tomorrow. It won't feel like December with warmer temperatures relatively and even some rain showers. You can see right here on the Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica, some of the snow that accumulated, especially on the grassy surfaces, have all melted right now. Sidewalks also look a little bit dry as well. And of course, those roads are looking clear. And those conditions right now above freezing, 38 degrees, sunny conditions at Griffiths Park in Rome, a slight wind from the southeast, 7 miles per hour. And that sun will keep things feeling a little warm today, even though that breeze will feel a little cooler. A different view, a live look in Old Forge. This roadside road right here was a little snowy, covered up earlier this morning. That has since been melted, as well as, of course, Main Street over parts of Route 28 are also looking clear right now. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. All is quiet here locally in central New York. And those temperatures, again, warming up into the upper 30s, low 40s. 39 degrees with a Bob in Clinton into the Mohawk Valley. Mohawk 45 degrees, Ilion 42 as well. And lastly, in the southern valleys, parts of the area, West Exeter with 35 degrees. And as we continue to warm up above freezing for today and into parts of tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, say goodbye to those accumulations of snow on the ground, as any accumulation we have seen over the past few days should be all but melted by the very latest on Friday. Another thing, too, with the nice conditions we are seeing today, it'd be a great idea to hang out the rest of your lights if you haven't finished them yet, or if you haven't started them yet. Again, a great time to go out and hang them. Looking at our skycast for today, again, quiet weather, sunshine, very pleasant conditions in the mid 40s across the lower elevations, I-90 corridor right here. Heading into tonight, looking at partly cloudy skies, should be clear enough to catch a glimpse of the northern lights, although it will be faint. We're battling both thin up-level clouds as well as a full moon that could keep things a little bit dimmer. Of course, if you want to see them, of course, get away from light pollution in more urban areas. Overnight lows falling barely around freezing into the mid to low 30s. Then by tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds, and then widespread rain showers arrive by tomorrow afternoon. Different story for the North Country. Rain turns over to wet snow by the very latest 7 p.m. and it could produce maybe 1 to 2 inches of accumulation. Nothing real major at this point. Rest of central New York, no snow expected. So for today, highs in the low to mid 40s with some sunshine. Tonight, into the mid to low 30s with partly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast. Pretty mild for the next several days. Widespread rain Friday, mostly cloudy Saturday, a few sprinkles. We're still tracking when the rain arrives again on Sunday. Still a little unsettled for there. Wintry mix on Monday. Things do dry out once more, cooling down Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Rome Health is expanding officially.
Ryan Noble's reporting there. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. A lot of rain out there right now.
Yes, and it's all rain. There's no snow taking place in our local area, so we're not going to be dealing with any hazardous travel in terms of slippery roads. However, The rain is going to cause some poor visibility. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Some fog is expected to develop tonight, too. So keep that in mind when you're heading out. Temperature-wise, it turned out to be pretty warm today. We almost hit 50 this afternoon. Our current temperature is 41 with some light rain. East-northeast wind at 5 miles an hour. We're tracking fog tonight. Scattered showers linger into the weekend. It's expected to be damp on Saturday, but we do get a chance to dry out somewhat. Widespread rain returns Sunday. This evening, rain and fog. Temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. We're taking a look at the weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Roughly 270 people will lose.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking widespread rain across central New York this evening. Let's take a look at how things shape up for the weekend. It looks unsettled. Not going to rain the whole weekend, but I think it's going to be cloudy and damp both days. Temperatures in the 40s. We are above freezing. We won't be dealing with any snow, but we will have some scattered showers here Saturday and another round of rain returning late Sunday. Temperatures will be in the 40s, which is slightly warmer than what we typically are as we head into the first week of December. Yeah, already there. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread rain continues to fall across central New York. This is a live look in downtown Utica. It will remain quite dark here over the next several weeks, but going forward, we only lose 2 more minutes of daylight at the end of the day. The sunset today, 4:27. Next week, it's 4:25. That'll be the earliest sunset of the entire year, and it actually happens before the winter solstice. As we head throughout the rest of the month, we'll actually start gaining daylight at the end of the day. Our records for December's changing weather. We see some pretty big swings throughout the month. Our highest temperature in the month of December ever recorded locally, 70 degrees, and the lowest is 24 below zero. We only lose 9 minutes of daylight throughout the rest of the month. Temperatures this evening above freezing across the board. Whitesboro 42 degrees, Inlet 37, Sherburne 40, Cooperstown 42. Rain continues this evening and into tonight as low pressure swings through. We're going to see the leftovers of this tomorrow with some scattered showers. Steady rain this evening becomes a lot lighter after midnight. Overnight lows in the 30s. Tomorrow, a damp day, just a few scattered showers here and there, especially in the late morning. In the afternoon, cloudy skies, again, some passing showers here and there throughout the day. Not a washout, but not really drying out. Temperatures climb into the 40s. Tomorrow night, patchy fog, cloudy skies. We're cloudy early Sunday. Rain is expected to develop in the afternoon, much like today, but not quite as warm as today with high temperatures in the low 40s. Tonight, rain ends after midnight, patchy fog, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a few rain showers throughout the day. Temperatures climb into the mid-40s. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, widespread rain returns Sunday, 44. Rain switches to snow showers on Monday. We could see a minor accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley. We'll keep an eye on that. It's cold Tuesday and Wednesday, light snow Thursday. Not very much sunshine in the future here. Hopefully that'll change, but
Need one of those sun lamps to get our vitamin D.
it's a tough time of year.
It is. All right, thanks, Bill. Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman to... Time now for a first look at the forecast. There's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A pleasant day today. Temperatures climbed into the 40s this afternoon. We're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We're sitting at 40 degrees. Clear skies, well, not necessarily. We do have some high clouds out there, but they're thin. You can still see the stars through them. That's going to keep temperatures from changing very much tonight. We're expecting dry weather to continue. Rain returns Friday, and we're tracking some unsettled weather ahead with more chances for rain into the weekend. Turning partly cloudy this evening. We do have the chance of seeing the northern lights tonight. At least there's an opportunity for that with a solar storm taking place. I'm going to have more on that and when that might be taking place across our area, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Thank you, Bill. New members are added to the steering committee.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking some milder weather to stick around as we head into the end of the week and into the weekend, with rain returning late tomorrow. Let's take a live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We had a lovely sunset that took place about an hour and a half ago, and we are looking into downtown Utica. Some high clouds in place, but tonight, with even high clouds in place, we have the opportunity of seeing the northern lights. There's been a lot of chatter about a solar storm tonight, and if this does play out, if this does come together, we would be more than able to see that. You're going to want to look to the north. From what I'm gathering, the time looks better later. They're now saying maybe closer to midnight. That would be the Space Prediction Center. And also remember, this is a brand new science. It's very, very tough to try to predict the northern lights. But if we have some luck tonight, I think later would be better to go out and try and see that. Also, too, download an Aurora app. There are apps out there that can alert you as they are happening. And they can become very helpful. Now, tonight, cloud cover-wise, again, we do have some high clouds in place. You can still see them through high clouds, but it's not going to be as nice as if skies were clear. And also, too, clouds will be returning late tonight. More on that in just a second. Watch out for a few icy spots first thing tomorrow morning. Temperatures do fall below freezing tonight, but it's going to take a lot longer for that to happen. So black ice will not be as widespread. Sidewalks look to be wet as we head into tomorrow with rain returning. New Hartford 41 degrees, Newport 38, Old Forge 36, Paynes Hollow 42, Andy and West Exeter checking in with 39. The next area of low pressure arrives from the southwest. This is going to bring widespread rain to central New York. Again tonight, if you're looking to watch the northern lights, after midnight, clouds start to thicken up from the north. Temperatures will drop to near freezing in the morning. We start out with cloud cover Friday morning, and then some rain will be arriving in the afternoon time. This looks to be mostly rain across central New York. The higher elevations north and east of Utica may see a rain-snow mix Friday night, but we're not expecting much accumulation. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies. On Saturday, a cloudy day with an occasional rain shower, especially in the afternoon. It doesn't look to last for long. Temperatures climb into the 40s. Tonight, partly cloudy. Again, good luck if you're trying to spot the northern lights. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to see them. An overnight low of 32. Tomorrow, looking at cloudy skies, rain developing, high temperature of 42. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain showers Saturday and Sunday. Again, it's generally light. The rain becomes steadier Sunday night, switching over to snow. A rain-snow mix Monday, 41. Colder weather with mostly cloudy skies Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Highs in the 30s, overnight lows in the 20s. We'll be right back.
There he is. Hi.
Hello.
Northern Lights.
Yes.
We got a good chance to see him tonight? Later?
Yes, it looks like maybe after midnight, just looking at some of the newest information. Hasn't happened yet. There's been multiple pieces of energy that are expecting to hit the Earth. One of them hit around 9 o'clock. It produced a little bit of a light show to the north. We're expecting the next one to arrive around midnight.
Okay.
This is all new science. I know we are getting people that are just chomping at the bit here.
Yeah.
There's a lot we don't know.
Okay.
So, again, this is going to take a lot of patience. I recommend using an Aurora app. It looks at your location. If anything does change, it's going to be the fastest way you can get information. We are doing our best to post online too, but I think you'll get it faster through an app tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Well, skies are clear. I know a lot of times when we do have these big events, it's cloudy in central New York, but not tonight. We've got the clear skies in place, so that piece is taken care of. Tonight, skies will cloud up as we head past midnight. We're looking at, again, the next chance of rain looks to be arriving here as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So we're looking at partly cloudy skies tonight. Rain returns tomorrow. We're going to look at that and the weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New members have been added.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Skies are clear across the region. This is a live look in downtown Utica. We've been keeping an eye on space weather tonight. I know there's been a lot of chatter about possible viewing of northern lights. Just a reminder, this is a brand new science. There is so much that the scientific community doesn't know about this. They're making predictions based on very limited knowledge, and so a lot of times these forecasts can be off. Tonight, there's still a chance we could see it. We're expecting conditions to change near or shortly after midnight. But again, it's one of those things where it's touch and go. My advice is if you really want to see this, download an Aurora app. You'll get information as it happens. The time that we could see it, it's only about a 15 to 30 minute window in advance. We use satellites to gather information on changes in the atmosphere. So it's very short term, and that's the best way you're going to be able to do that. Weather-wise tonight, we fall below freezing. There could be a few icy spots on untreated surfaces first thing tomorrow morning, but that looks pretty limited. It's not going to be as bad as it was last night. Sidewalks turn wet tomorrow afternoon as rain returns. An area of low pressure moves in from the southwest. You can see it pretty clearly here out towards Arkansas and Missouri and Oklahoma. That's heading in our direction. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast skies cloud up tonight. Overnight lows drop into the low 30s. A cloudy Friday with rain developing in the afternoon time. We're expecting a cold rain for most of the day. It does mix with snowflakes in the higher elevations north of the Mohawk Valley, but I'm not expecting much of an accumulation with temperatures even here above freezing. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low to mid 30s. And Saturday looks like a cloudy day with a few scattered rain showers. High temperatures climb into the mid 40s. Partly cloudy tonight, a low temperature of 32. Tomorrow, cloudy with rain developing, a high temperature of 42. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Scattered showers possible over the weekend. Temperatures climb into the low 40s Saturday and Sunday. Rain turns over to snow Sunday night into Monday, and some colder weather to follow Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So again, we're going to continue to be patient with the northern lights, but again, so far you didn't miss anything if you've been trying to watch them.
All right, well, you got to text me if you see him.
I'll let you know.
And I'll run out my backyard. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, we'll explain why the teddy bear toss came. Meteorologist Bill Curtis, and let's talk a little northern lights. You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there's still a chance that we can watch this. We saw a piece of energy interact with the Earth earlier this evening. It produced a show, but to the north. There's another one coming shortly after midnight, so that one might be able to get things going. And remember, this is a brand new science, so it's very hard to try to predict these things. My advice is, we know this happens where we have a good idea what's going to happen 15 to 30 minutes in advance. Download an Aurora app. You're going to get better information faster.
Good call.
These days. Let's take a look at the radar. Hey, cloud cover, not a problem. We cleared out. We don't have to worry about that. You know, a lot of times that's the most frustrating piece of all, that we sometimes can see the northern lights, but the cloud cover's in the way. Clouds are going to hold off for the next couple of hours. They will return tonight. So there is a certain amount of time that you can be watching the northern lights until maybe about 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning before the clouds look to return. 40 degrees is the current temperature. Clear skies at Griffis and Rome. And tonight, again, we're looking at partly cloudy skies. Clouds will be thickening up heading towards tomorrow morning. Overnight lows in the low 30s. We're tracking rain as we head into the second half of our Friday. A look at that and the weekend forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Thank you, Bill. New members have been.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I'm taking a live look outside from our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's clear across the region. We're dry, and again, we are looking at a pleasant night across the region. It's a live look in downtown Utica. The skies are clear, and we are patiently awaiting any solar activity. Again, the northern lights still possibly being viewed tonight. The prediction is for this to possibly produce some lights after midnight. And just a reminder, we use this very loose language here, not to annoy you, but just to remind you how much is not known about this. This is a brand new science. There is much to be learned. It can be very frustrating at times. I've seen a lot of forecasts where not really expecting much, and then these come out of nowhere. And then nights like tonight where they're expected to produce a big show, and so far, it's been relatively quiet. There's been some activity to the north, but it has not made it down here. So you haven't missed anything if you've been trying to watch this. Again, we're not it's not out of the realm of possibility tonight, but it does look like that window is closing. Icy sidewalks are possible first thing tomorrow morning as temperatures drop below freezing. I think that's going to be pretty limited, though. Sidewalks look wet tomorrow afternoon. The next area of low pressure moves in tomorrow. Look at all the rain to the south and west. This is heading our way. This will be arriving as we head into tomorrow. Again, a small window of time between now and, say, 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning to watch for the northern lights. Then clouds arrive. Looks cloudy to start Friday morning. Clouds around throughout the day. Rain arrives in the very early afternoon, and a cold rain is expected for most of Friday. Mixing with some snow showers in the higher elevations, little accumulation is expected. Cloudy skies Friday night. Cloudy skies on Saturday. A few scattered showers and sprinkles are expected throughout the day, especially in the mid-afternoon. It doesn't look like that's going to last for long, though. Temperatures will be above freezing. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, we're looking at cloudy skies with rain developing. High temperatures in the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A few light showers expected Saturday and Sunday. Rain Sunday nights turns over to snow, and we're looking at a rain-snow mix on Monday, a high of 41. Colder weather arrives Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with high temperatures in the 30s and overnight lows in the 20s. We'll be right back.